So.
Oh yeah, you right.
Exactly.
You right, because I know about my brother. I know about you don't know about him, but I know about him.
It's okay. He's a young man and experiencing life. That's how you're supposed to be.
Hi, my name is Deju, and I am your host, and you are watching Deju Speaks on ZMN TV every Thursday at 5. Today, I have a special guest with me, who is not just a special guest, she is also my mother, and I would like to introduce her. This is Gloria Davis, or Miss Gloria to all of you. You want to say hi, Mom?
Hello, everybody.
How's it going?
It's doing good.
Wonderful. She's here. Anywho, the topic for today is parenting styles and also addressing some of the different, the levels of parenting as well. So I'm going to get into it and I'm going to read here just so I can be politically correct. There are 4 different parenting styles. The most common 4 parenting styles are authoritative, authoritarian, permissive, and neglectful. And each parenting style has demandingness for it of the extent the parent controls their child's behavior or demands their maturity. And then the responsiveness that comes from it as well, which is how much the parent is accepting and sensitive to their child's emotional development. So just so we're clear on what each 4 parenting styles are, it is authoritative parenting, and that is a democratic way of parenting. The second one is authoritarian parenting, and it is a disciplinarian way of parenting. Don't beat me up. I know what I'm talking about. And then and then permissive is an indulgent way of parenting. And then the last one is neglectful, which is an uninvolved way of parenting. So I wrote this document, but I wrote this what is it called when you write for a news source and you actually know what you're talking about, you do your research. A research paper! Wow, thank you guys for being so supportive and waiting for me to come to a conclusion about that. Anywho, I wrote this research paper and basically addressing all 4 of those. And when I, basically analyzed my parenting style that I received growing up, it was actually the number 1 parenting style known to man, which was the authoritative parenting. And, and even though it says it's a democratic way of parenting, it's not necessarily democratic. It's more about just a communicative way of parenting. That, the whole, you're not supposed to ask why in a lot of households. And I didn't necessarily have that. At first, it was maybe hard. Was that hard for you hearing why from your little baby girl? How was that?
Yes, it was. But I had to catch on. I mean, being a parent on a second child, the first child was easy because he was a quiet child. You're not. Mm-hmm. So therefore, she was a little bit more work to manage. She asked questions, and that's when I started to realize I needed to do different with her. And then I would use that with my oldest child, and then it was more receptive.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
He was able to speak a little bit more on what he wanted versus, okay, mommy. Because he was easygoing. She wasn't.
Yeah, I had too much of an opinion.
Yes. So with that being said, when I tried to tell her hey, don't do that. I had to sit down and explain why wanted her not to do that. And I was thinking, you know what? It's kind of like one of the best things I feel that a parent should do to a child, because they feel like little people, because they have feelings, they have thoughts. And as a parent, we're also needing to teach them to express how they feel, to talk, to feel comfortable, to talk about big things in their lives. So I was like, you know what? This is good. I'm gonna keep this parenting style with her, because I was able to have a good relationship with her, even if it was good or bad. We were able to have communication.
Yeah, you had better. I was more receptive to it for sure, and better responses all the way
Yes.
around.
And in this life, as you get older as an adult, and you realize not everyone is that way, and she realizes those different things that people don't know how to communicate. She's very good at it.
Yeah.
And we discuss those kind of things at home. How was your day? In detail, certain things, or what to look out for, because not everyone is very genuine all the time with you. You have to be able to pick that. So it takes time. As you get older and mature, you see things.
At what point in time did you really feel like the world was starting to affect what you created? Like, knowing that I was a very communicative and open and very genuine person. When did you realize?
I think when you were in high school, and then more so in college.
Yeah.
When you started college.
Yeah.
The different, as far as different girls' personalities. When you go to college, you are competing with each other, with different jobs and what she's into. So you have to be mindful that people don't have your best interests. Just keep it business.
Yeah.
So I think she learned that in the process of not letting it tear her down.
Yeah. I also learned that my path isn't everyone else's path. I learned that I have control of what I want to do.
Yes.
And that is something that some of them don't even realize themselves.
No.
They don't know it yet.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I really think, it comes with, I'm very involved with the kids, so therefore I'm in their business. In a good way. I let them decide what they want to do. We talk about it back and forth, and at the end of the day they have to make that choice. So I give them the good news and the bad news on the choices that they will make.
Yeah. And it's helped a lot. And it also helped me understand that whenever you create a cause, there will be a reaction. You could be the destruction to your own demise.
Exactly.
And then that was something that I grasped very early. Like, okay, well, if I do this, then this can cause people to react like this and do this.
Right.
Yeah. This helps me make better decisions. I feel like it helps me make better decisions. But what was the hardest challenge when it came to parenting for you?
Well, my personal experience when it was hard parenting, I think it was divorce.
Yeah.
Divorce, it does stuff to the children. They don't really tell you. You have to be mindful and just watch them.
Yeah.
That's a big transition for these young people. Divorce in the household. It could be a good divorce and it still can be hard on the kids. It can be bad. It's still hard on the kids. No matter how you look at it, it's going to be a hard situation, because all children want their parents together, but it doesn't always work out that way.
Well, I was more, I knew what I was seeing wasn't healthy, and I still love them. Like, I still love, all my parents. I had 2 sets of parents. I had 4 parents. And so but you are my birth mother. You are my, I'm so sorry. You are my birth mother. You are my mother. I came from you. So from my understanding I knew what I was seeing wasn't healthy. And so when she came, because I was at my grandmother's house when you came and you told me, and, I seen your stuff in the car, I seen my stuff in the car, and, she was like, baby girl, me and your dad, we're not going to be together anymore. We're going to stay here at Grandma and Papi's house. My response to that was, good. As a little kid, I knew that it wasn't good. Like, I was like, I knew that.
Well, you were very smart and very wise for your age. I think that's probably why you're like an old soul.
Yeah.
And that's what Mommy always said about you.
Yeah.
Very intelligent, very aware of everything. So
I'm glad for it, because you got to be aware in this society.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you do.
Yeah. They'll tear you up, eat you, spit you out. Yeah.
Yes, they can.
What is something that you supported your child through that you were not so sure about, but you supported them?
The clothing.
Oh.
I did not like, everything tight. Well, I need to, every child goes through something, and that was one of her things, and I'm like, what is that?
It was just that.
That's probably the only thing I really had a problem with, Deja.
Really?
Yeah. Everything else, you're kind of like, she wanted to express herself, whatever that was. I can see some kids, do gothic, you were...
I had a rock star phase.
You had a rock star phase.
I was fly. Listen, I had the combat boots with the silver spikes on it.
Yeah.
And a hair bow with the spikes on it. I was really doing it with the leather jacket.
You were definitely, Rhythm Nation.
Rhythm Nation, that was middle school.
Going on.
Yeah, that was middle school. That was a very, very fun phase. And I have a soft rock playlist, just in case anybody is interested. It's on my story, it's on my highlight on Instagram.
You know what? You're bringing that up. Music. I like to listen to a lot of different types of music. Therefore, it makes you a well-rounded. I told my children, don't shy away from something that, if you want to give it a try, go to a country festival, or
that sounds kind of fun,
it's just be open-mindful, because it makes you grow as a person to try different things in life, but keep the communication open with your parents, because you learn when you go into different types of variety of situations, you want to know what you need to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you can get looked at funny. People are not as welcome. I had that personal experience on that, but I let them know, hey, I'm here too, like everybody else, want to enjoy life. So, yeah.
What would you say is a music genre that you feel like people would never think you would listen to?
Techno. Yes, I like the and the beat. Yeah.
Dubstep. Dubstep was nice. I like dubstep. That's real nice.
Yeah, I'm different. I think that's what I like, to be well-rounded. So
yeah,
and I wanted that to be instilled into the children. So yeah,
I feel like there's this song that has a mix of the Latina mix, and it's hip hop mixed together. Maria, you know what I'm talking about? That
so
mix,
bachata,
yeah,
merengue, salsa. A lot of people be mixing the music
sounds and
together.
It's so nice.
Yeah.
They just did an Afro beat mixed with I think it's it's country music mixed with the Afro beats, and it sounds awesome.
Yeah. And we went to a wedding in Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
A family member had a wedding, and they were playing
more techno than we thought.
And I was like, wait a minute. This this is cool, you know what I mean? But it was it's jungle, it's African, it's and people, it's not always about, per se white people music. It's not.
Yeah.
It's a collective of
of genres
race.
of music together, which is awesome because I mean, why limit yourself? Why limit yourself when there's so much more out there?
Yes, 100%.
So, parenting, how did you handle disrespect coming from your child? You can be honest.
Okay,
be honest.
So when Deju had her let me try my mom moment, I flipped her room upside down.
What? That was it?
No, Deja.
Okay. Now I guess that was the moment.
I guess that was the moment. Because you were trying to see what you can get away with when you went and spent the night with your cousin and you guys went out to Denny's.
No, that wasn't that.
That's why I flipped her.
No, that's two different events. You didn't flip my room on that.
I think so.
No, you didn't. You flipped my room when I didn't clean it. Well, it was middle school. It was middle school. You flipped my room.
That too, because I got tired of seeing it messy.
Yes, you was like, clean the room. And for some reason, I was playing the game. I was on the PlayStation, playing the game like Call of Duty. Yes. And I guess I was taking my poor baby time. And that's when you flipped the room.
Yeah, but because I feel like you were not focusing on what you needed to do. You were so worried about video games. There's nothing wrong with video games, but as far as how am I supposed to teach you how to maneuver and do what you need to do if all you're doing is sit in front of TV? I didn't want that for you.
Okay.
So
I definitely, I'm not that way now for sure.
No, stay busy.
I can't help it, I was gonna say the whole thing. First of all, that's a whole nother different ball game. That when I was with Nana and all that went down, I communicated with her the whole night. I can't drive. I don't have a car. I'm with him. And Mama, I'ma tell it no, because I'ma tell it now. And I don't care what he say. Listen, Bob, this what happened. And I can tell you now, because I'm older, I can tell you now. So when we was riding around, or whatchamacallit, he was like, oh, let's go to Applebee's. And I was like, cool. So then we went to Applebee's and we was there and like, he was like, oh, let's go to the park. No. He went to the park first. He was like, I need to go pick up my girlfriend. So, I was in the back seat. He went to go pick up his girlfriend. And then his girlfriend had a friend. And then she hopped in the back with me. And so now it's all of us in the car. And he was like, you know what we gonna do tonight? And I was like,
oh, wow.
I guess, I don't know. And she's like, I'm hungry. Let's go eat some food. And, we went to go eat the food. And then when I realized like what time it was, we went to the park and then we ate food. And then he was like, oh, we finna go take them home and this and that. I checked the time. It's getting late. Like, I'm like, Applebee's closed at 2. So I called Nana and I was like, hey, Nana, we gonna be home. It's just taking longer. Cuzzo said, I ain't gonna say your name. Cuzzo said that we gotta make a pit stop to drop them off. And then we'll be home. By the time we got home, it was 3 o'clock. And my uncle snitched on me. And I didn't even do nothing. I didn't do nothing, though. And I got in so much trouble for that.
Yes, she did.
Because Mama thought I was in the streets trying to be a hot girl, and I wasn't. I wasn't even thinking about none of that.
That's not the point.
Hello, you are watching Deju Speaks on ZMN TV, and we are going to continue where we left off. So, Mom, what's the most disrespectful thing that your children have done to you?
I think So your brother, I don't really think I. He's the first one, so he kind of doesn't.
He was your good baby.
Yeah, he don't
kind of do.
Well, not yeah. When he did stuff, he didn't do it around me like you did. So.
Oh yeah, you right.
Exactly.
You right, because I know about my brother. I know about you don't know about him, but I know about him. It's okay.
He's a young man and experiencing life. That's how you're supposed to be. As far as you, I guess the whole, when I'm not like in the mood to have a discussion and you keep pressing.
I do that.
A little bit. Because I'm not ready to talk. Because I have to gather my thoughts so that when I explain something to you, I want you to understand why I say what I say. You got to remember, there's no book on parenting. You just have to go by, you could be a little sensitive in conversation sometimes. So therefore, I have to think about it so it doesn't come across being insensitive. And I learned a lot of those things with my husband, my now husband. He taught me a lot more patience, and he taught me a lot more just to be calm. Let her, she's gonna do things. And sometimes I'm like, ugh. But yeah. And what do you think? I think you sometimes disregard my feelings every now and again. Every now and again.
Mom!
But she thinks she know everything.
Mom!
Yes, honey. Yeah. Because and sometimes, like, it's my fault.
Personality.
It's my fault because you have always been, sometimes I think you forget, hey, this is mom. Just a little bit. Un poquito. Un poquito.
Well, okay. I don't want you to think that I forget that you're my mom.
Well, it's not that. It's just you get a little bit sassy.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. You get a little sassy. Okay. And because I call you princess, you really, really take that word, that princess thing.
Well, that goes back into speaking into your kids.
Yes.
That's something that...
My prince and princess, that's exactly what I say to them. And I'm the queen.
Yeah. Yep, that is very true. And that is how we address this is how we address things in the household too.
Yeah.
All right, so what would you say... Oh, actually, the most disrespectful thing I feel like I did was when Auntie Sean had got involved. I guess something had happened. I was like 8. I think I was 8. They had just got divorced. We were living with my aunt. And then I don't know what happened. Like, I think mom told me something. And I don't know if I put my hand up or what. But Auntie seen it. Or Auntie came in there and jacked me up. What? She jacked me up so good. And she was like, don't you ever raise your hand at your mama ever again. And I just don't do that. I think fighting your parent is ghetto. Yeah. So
you have to talk to the man upstairs if you do things like that. At least that's how I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very much true.
You're better off not saying anything.
What is your favorite thing about each of your children?
Oh, I have a favorite. Both of you guys are very driven on what you want to do with your life. And I'm extremely, extremely proud of that.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, I know that I birthed great kids. And they are.
Yeah. Extremely driven.
They're not perfect. Nobody is perfect. But in my eyes, they're very driven on what they want to do. Sometimes they don't come across like, I don't want to, like, soft, like, I don't want to say soft, but like, you guys kind of come across strong about what they want in life and what they want to do.
Yeah.
So it may seem like they're being selfish and insensitive to the other side of it.
But that's another thing, like knowing that it's you first. This is something I struggle with, but I had to figure it out. And once I figured it out, I realized that if it ain't God first, I'm coming right after that. And then my partner, whoever could come right after that. But I just can't unfeel that or unsee that, because I done experienced so much at this point where I know that I come first. And I know that what I want, if I'm trying to make something happen, it's going to go the way I need to go. Because I ain't got time for it not to go the way I need to go. So, yeah, that's just probably what that is. We don't got time for all the extra stuff. We got to get right to it. Mm-hmm. But what do you worry most about your children?
Me not being here when you guys need me the most in your life. Mm-hmm. But I guess that's probably why here, as I'm getting older, I try to prepare you guys and get you guys' mind right. Me losing my mother earlier this year was very hard for me.
Yeah.
And so I just want to make sure you guys are good, because this world is not nice.
No, it's not.
At all. Not nice at all. You have to go get it. And that's what I want you guys to continue doing.
Do you think that mental health is something that is a really big thing for us?
Yeah. In this time and generation, you guys, I went through a lot. I seeked help for myself, because life is not easy out here. Raising a family when you only have half a parent going on at the time,
Yeah.
So it's hard, and I feel like everyone needs to have have someone to talk to.
Yeah.
To navigate in this world. Okay. Someone, preacher, a good friend that's willing to not judge you. Judging is extremely awful with people. Yeah. I don't like having conversation with people and they judge you right off the bat. I don't deal with that.
I mean, sometimes the vibe will let you make that decision when you meet them. Not the vibe, the Holy Spirit. The Spirit within you will let you determine what you're dealing with when you approach a person. But definitely, for sure. Do you feel like you're teaching me how to parent by parenting me?
Of course. You're going to learn some things and you're going to do some to make it better.
Right.
I mean.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Okay.
You're right. Do you think, wow. Oh my goodness. Do you think more parents at my age, do you think more parents should be involved in what happens in their young 20-year-olds' lives?
Yeah, you can do it afar. You just have to know when to come in and do it and when to back off. Yeah. But definitely have that open communication is really serious. Okay. Because you young people really...
we need it.
You need it.
And that's something that a lot of people will not admit. Like, we are still young and we're still figuring it out. Like Cardi B, when she first came out, she was 20? She was like 23, 24.
Yeah.
And people were like, oh, this lady's doing this, or she's just doing this and that. And you know what I'm saying? They didn't have no grace with her. She was young. She was figuring it out. Like, she just knew it was getting her money. Like, she knew she was making the money she needed to make. But that's just an example of, just these people being young in the limelight and then they're getting chewed out.
Yeah. I hope they're seeking mental help in the process.
Definitely. And Megan Thee Stallion is a big advocate for that now.
Good.
Yeah, she definitely talks about mental health and the importance of upkeep and therapy and whatnot. So, yeah, we need to push for this because we need it. This world needs it.
Yes.
What is something you feel like you mastered as a parent?
Oh, everything. Like, duh.
Wow. You mastered everything.
I mastered and not judging.
Yeah.
But my children You didn't sit a jail cell yet.
Yeah.
That's huge for me, I guess, because I feel like ethnic people, we already have a targets on our back. So therefore, having that label, it's really hard to remove those kind of labels on you. Oh, you've been locked up. It's really hard. I didn't realize how hard it was until, we have certain family members and they're trying to get jobs or trying to whatever because of everybody does young, dumb stuff. Mm-hmm. Some get caught, some don't. But I'm glad you guys haven't ended up in jail, knock on wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like jail. I don't gotta go there to know I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't.
I watched enough of videos and whatnot.
Yeah.
You're doing great. You're a great parent.
I try.
What would you recommend to new parents and what would you recommend to current parents?
For the new parents, take time to communicate with the children from start. Like, I know people do a lot of the baby talk with them. That's fine. But you should talk to them. Hey, little people. And explain yourself. Because their minds are developing and learning different types of things as far as trying to handle certain situations.
Yeah.
When you're not getting your way, hey, it's not the time right now. This is what needs to be done. A setting, schedules, things like that. It helps. And what was the other one?
What would you recommend for current parents?
Current parents, a lot of praying. If you're not a religious person, however you want to do it, conversate. Keep open communication and don't make them feel judged. Because they are your child. They're not perfect. We're not perfect. And there's no book of being a parent. We live day to day doing the best we can.
All right. Do you have, throughout your experience, because you did, both you and then Mike scored the #1 parenting style, but do you have something in your parenting that you wish, you completely just wish it never, you just regret that it happened, or that you wish never happened?
I wish I would have had you not go away from home for school.
Mom!
But, I'm just telling you.
But look at what I did with it.
Yeah, I know. But that was a very hard time for me, though.
Yeah.
Seeing you go through the changes, that was a lot.
Yeah.
It
was a lot. I think that was also, experiencing depression and being away from home, too.
Yeah.
And that was something that maybe one day I will talk about.
Yeah. One day.
Yeah. I'll share the stories and things. But, yeah, definitely important. And having a parent near you or around you or seeing you on a regular basis, it changes the game for you and your growth. So I understand why that was a very hard thing for you to go through.
Yeah. Because I wasn't there to, I'm a person that I don't do a lot of talking. I know I can talk, but I was also watching her. Yeah. And when you are not physically there and seeing her going through things,
it disrupts the parenting process.
It does.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say, other than not seeing y'all every day, I would say the hardest part was not being able to talk to y'all every day when something came up. Yeah. I had to learn how to not have somebody there to talk to every time one little thing went crazy.
Yeah.
And I remember when I told you that the hot water wasn't working. Mama said, "What? What do you mean the hot water's not working?" I was like, "What you gonna do? What you plan out? We need to go down there and say something." I was like, "Okay." And that was when I went down and I said something to them folks. I said something to them about the water, and I said something to them about the air vents. Because I was like, you know what? Maybe Mama right. I might need to turn up on these folks a little bit. Yeah. Need to see some action.
Yeah, because those are money that we're spending.
Yeah. That's true. That's very true. Mm-hmm. And that's something that I went to a HBCU. That's something that a lot of parents feel when their students and children are attending an HBCU. Mm-hmm. The resources are very limited.
Yes.
And you got to know somebody that knows somebody in order for you to get something to shake. And I had to find out who I needed to know. And I sure made them phone calls. But anywho, graduation in December.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah. So, all right. That was awesome. So, if you could do anything different as far as your parenting, is there anything that you would do different?
Not jump the gun. Sometimes I get a little emotional because instead of just being calm, I get riled up. And that's when your dad tells me, Gloria, you need to tone it down some. So, Dad, sorry.
Yeah.
Daddy Mike, he tries to control when I get, emotional. Because I worry about you all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're a young woman, a beautiful young woman. And I just don't want no one to ruin anything that you want to do good in life. That's all.
Yeah. It's like an art piece. Mm-hmm. You done worked on this art piece for years upon years. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And sacrifices, no shopping for myself, and she gets everything. Yeah. Just
that's your biggest. That's your.
Hey, wait a minute. Let's roll back. That is one of the things I want to say. She takes all my money.
Mom. Well, listen. The day I'm at a point where I could, do it myself.
Yeah.
Life's gonna be great.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much, Mom, for coming on here and sharing your thoughts and sharing your skills, because that's what it is skills. You a mother.
Yeah.
You a mother, Mom.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. That's her talent. That's her skills. She got a whole lot of different other things about her, but I think that's like your thing you're very proud of. Like,
yeah, I am very proud of myself as far as you guys. You always want to do better than what you've been through.
Yeah.
My parents were there for me, but I want to do more.
Yeah.
Than what they did. So you always want to do more and more and more and more. So.
Well, the way this route is going for me,
So
my kids are gonna be spoiled. Anywho, do you have any last words or things you need to say?
I just, as I was saying earlier, take the time to listen, explain, and make them feel comfortable. No judging. This is a judge-free zone. So
yeah,
I think that's pretty much it for me.
Yeah, you did your thing, Mom. I'm proud of you.
Oh, Lord.
All right. Thank you so very much for watching Deju Speaks. I am Deju, your host, and this is Deju Speaks on ZMN TV every Thursday at 5.